Diane in Denmark here, or actually in Sweden. Welcome back to another short question and answer video. As you can see, I am not outside today. It's actually quite appropriate because we are in zone 4 this week. Zone 4 is the master bedroom, and I'm in the master bedroom of our Swedish summer cabin, and I'm inside today, not outside. It's nice weather out today, but everybody seems to be doing DIY, and they're mowing their lawns and nail guns and things. So everybody's kind of getting things done today. So I've come in here because it's a bit quieter. But anyway, let's get down to it. For those of you who haven't met me before, my name is Diane. I live in Denmark, but I'm Scottish. I am a former mentor at Flylady Premium. That's the company started by Marla's nephew, the Flylady. And I was one of the mentors there. I'm not working with Flylady Premium any longer. I've got other personal projects going on, but I'm still making these videos because you may have seen me on YouTube under the name Flylady Diane. That was my courtesy title when I was at Flylady Premium. I'm still making these videos because I want you to embrace the Flylady system. It works for me, and I use it for everything. And it's worked for my personal life and the house and my work. So I'm here to be your cheerleader, and I'm carrying on with these videos because I just want you to get the success from it that I've had. So anyway, let's get down to brass tacks. As always, if you need any general information about the Flylady system, go to flylady.net. If you want somebody to give you these one-on-one talks, you can sign up from a mentor at Flylady Premium. I was one of the mentors there. It's a great service. And the other thing is, I'm here answering questions that you have put on the other videos that I've made. I'm not the oracle. I'm just giving you the advice that I have given to the ladies that I was mentoring, and what is working or what is not working for me. So anyway, so let's take it all with a grain of salt. I've got a list of questions here of what has come in. And remember, if you have any other questions, put them either in a comment to this video or any of the other ones, and I'll pick it up. As I said, I read all the comments. I love getting the comments, and we had such fun last week on the virtual 5-day retreat. If you didn't see that, go and do it. We had fun looking after ourselves, and we had fantastic comments. We've got a really nice little community going here, so it's a safe place for you to be if you're into Flylady stuff, and we've got a really nice little community going here, so thanks for that. But anyway, let's get down to some questions, and I've we're in Sweden. I haven't got my Flylady timer here, but I've got my little kitchen timer, so I'm setting that because I don't want to go over 15 minutes. So one of the questions which I didn't get to before was, and something that comes up a lot, and I heard it a lot when I was working as a Flylady mentor, is how do I get my husband on board with the system? Well, as Marla, the Flylady, says, you are the one that wants to make the change, and you signed up. You want to do the Flylady system. You've got to be doing it for you. You can't make anybody else do it. You want to see the changes. You've got to make the changes, in your life. Now, having said that, if you want to help your husband, maybe your husband has stuff all over the place and he's maybe just a bit, not focused on things. What I do with my husband, he will lay things down everywhere. I just, if I see them and I don't get annoyed at it, or, I don't throw things out. I never, I let him deal with his stuff. That's his stuff. I just put it, he has a desk, and if I find it during the day, pick it up and I put it on the desk, and that way if he's looking for something, he knows where to find it. It's on his desk. And it's the same if your husband has a lot of tools all over the place. Just when you find a tool or whatever, just put it back in the area, and let him deal with it. You cannot declutter his stuff. If he wants help, you know, he might ask you for help, and, you know, you can say, well, you know, I can go through this with you, but you can't declutter his stuff. And when you think about it, when I think about our house, all the stuff, most of the stuff, I would say 90% of the stuff in our house is either my stuff or has been chosen by me or has been put there by me. So I am not the one to go throwing out other people's stuff. So that was it for husbands. You are not your husband's mother, right? I keep on saying, I'm not your mother and you're not your husband's mother. So you can't kind of mother him. You've got to let him get on with his own stuff, you know. And if he doesn't want to do things the Flylady way, that is great. You know, the Flylady way is not always the only way. Now, your kids are a different matter, because you can show them that by using like the Flylady routines, and don't call them the Flylady routines because there's nothing that they like less than hearing about Flylady all the time. Just showing them by doing. If you show them that, you know, you get out of bed in the morning, that you, you know, you make the bed, you get dressed to shoes, you eat your breakfast, and you tidy up after yourself all day long, hopefully that will show them the way. And please comment if you have, because people have commented before saying they, you know, instead of shoving it down their kids' throats, they just, you know, went about their business, and the kids started doing the same. But you can help, you know, if you've got small kids or even if you've got teenage kids, try and come up with some kind of routines for them. But please don't make it like, you know, if you've got a piece of paper, don't put in 40 different things that they have to do in the morning before they leave the house, and 50 when they get home. If they see a list like that, they're going to turn off immediately. You've got to keep it simple. I would suggest like 3 things in the morning, 3 things in the afternoon. And just make it things like, you know, getting dressed, changing their underwear, you know, and it can be things like personal hygiene, making sure that they're showered or washed or whatever, and, you know, checking that they've got what they need in their school bag. Just come up with 3 things in the morning and 3 things in the afternoon. Do not make huge detailed lists, because it's the same when we start making a huge morning routine list and a huge afternoon routine list and a huge evening routine list. We don't, you know, we just kind of zen out, and we don't want to do anything. And if you're having problems with routines or you need advice about your routines, we did a 7-day routines challenge. I'll put the link up there. There's also a link in the information about this video. But I walked you through being consistent with your routines for 7 days, and it was either, you know, a morning routine or an afternoon or an evening. And I also told you what to focus on and what needs to be on those routines and what doesn't need to be on those routines. Okay, so stay away from those long lists. They're really not good for us. So anyway, that was a little bit about husbands and kids. Somebody asked me yesterday on the video that I had made when I was cleaning on Monday, if you saw that, what does spend a penny mean? Spend a penny is an old English expression for saying that you have to use the toilet, for using the loo. And I think it comes from the days that you actually had to put a penny into, you know, the paid toilet. So if you need to spend a penny, that means you need to go and go potty. Right. Oh yes. Somebody asked me also in the video that I did on Monday, which was about, I did some detailed cleaning, and I hope you cleaned along with me, and thanks for those who commented and said that they were not just sitting there, but they actually were working. Somebody asked me, how often do I move the bed and, you know, the dresser, bedside tables? I hardly, you know, how often did I move them to, you know, kind of vacuum there and wash? And I hardly ever move the bed. I mean, the bed underneath the feet of the bed, it's not going to get any dust underneath there because it's, you know, on the floor. So I occasionally move it, but it's not something I do on a regular basis. I clean around the bed, and you know, I just get things done. I don't do things perfectly, but I set a timer. I do a bit of cleaning in the zone, and then I move on to the next zone. So my house is not like a museum, and it's not the cleanest house ever, but you know, I keep things in balance, and that's how the Flylady system works for me. Another question, oh yes, about do I bullet journal? Well, no, I've looked into bullet journaling, and to be honest, I just got so confused about what it was all about. And I know myself that I have this tendency to want to do lists and all different notebooks and fancy stuff. I am finished with buying fancy notebooks and pens and stickers, and I use what I have. The easiest way that I find to control things is just to use my desk diary. You've seen that one, the one that I keep open in my kitchen. It's propped up on a cooking stand, a book stand. I write everything down in that, everything that's happening, and I also have little notebooks that I keep with just what I need to buy when I'm away from the house, things that I need to do on the computer, phone calls that I have to make, things that I have to discuss. I've talked about that in another video. I don't go into depth with doing bullet journaling or anything else because it just seems an awful lot of hassle for my purposes. I've really got to keep things simple. So no, I don't do bullet journaling. If you enjoy doing that, that's great, but just watch how much time you're actually spending doing the journaling as opposed to getting stuff done. At the end of the day, all we want to do is just move on things. We've got our list of what we have to do, and we're just going to set our timer and do it. Yeah, because that's where most of us trip up, is just not actually getting up and doing it. You know, just standing up and doing something. We're kind of sitting thinking about it instead of doing. And oh yes, a great question, because we are in the month of July. We've got a new habit this month, which is swish and swipe. And swish and swipe in the bathroom. I did a video on it. If you've hopefully you have done the 31 baby steps, and even if you're a fly baby who's been doing Flylady, you know, like me, I've been doing Flylady system for 12 years. I got so much out of walking you through the 31 days of baby stepping. I mean, you know, I've been doing Flylady for years, and then I've been consistent for the last 5 years where things have really taken off for me. But when I did, you know, I made a video for every single day of the Flylady's 31 baby steps, where we do one thing a day, and we're just adding on and working on our little routines and understanding the system. I got so much out of that. And you will have seen, if you did the 31 baby steps, you'll have seen the swish and swipe and how fast it is. It takes less than 2 minutes. I did a 5-minute video on it, and most of the time I was talking, as usual. So it's really fast. But somebody asked, you know, if you've got several bathrooms, and this is a question that comes up a lot. They say, you know, we look on the Flylady website and we get the emails and it says, you know, swish and swipe every day. But don't get caught up in this perfectionism thing again of you do not need to swish and swipe every single bathroom that you have every day. There you go. You have my permission, absolved of all guilt. Because the thing is, in the beginning, we are not cleaning our bathrooms at all. Let's be honest. But you know, if you're looking for Flylady, it's probably because there's something not quite balanced in your life. Maybe it's cleaning, or maybe it's the clutter. But you probably were not cleaning your bathroom on a regular basis. And then we find Flylady and think, here's the answer, and we go all in and start swishing, swiping every single bathroom in sight, and we get so focused on that, and then we get disappointed and annoyed at ourselves because the other things aren't happening, or we're maybe not doing the rest of our routine. What works is just to, if you can do a swish and swipe once a day, you know, just once a day, just pick one bathroom. And you know, if you ever heard Marla doing the Flylady shows, you know, on Blog Talk Radio, I used to love listening to those. That's what I would clean and listen to her in my cordless headphones. She will say that one of the ways that she does it, and I do the same thing, we have two bathrooms. We have a main master bathroom that everybody uses, and we have a guest bathroom. And she swishes one the one day and the other the next day. And you know what? If you don't swish and swipe every day, it's not the end of the world. Just do it the next day. You know, every second day will be fine, because anything is better than nothing. And we're just making sure that we're keeping the bathroom on our radar and keeping it clean. It doesn't matter if, but as I've said to you before, I have a little rule for myself. I'm allowed to miss one day, or, you know, kind of one part of something, but I'm not allowed to miss it 2 days in a row, because if you start missing it 2 days in a row, you're beginning to veer off course, and we don't want that for you. So, you know, give yourself, you know, a bit of leeway, give yourself a break. You know, sometimes we're not really feeling up to it, or we're not feeling well, but, you know, if you miss the swish and swipe in your bathroom one day, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But just make sure that the next day you get back to it. And, you know, if you have the cleaning equipment in there, as you've maybe seen in the video that I did, I keep baby wipes just to wipe and give the sink a quick wipe out, and then round the rim of the toilet and then into the bin with that. Don't flush anything down the toilet unless it's toilet paper. If you keep those things in your bathroom, you know, there's no excuse for you not doing your swish and swipe. It literally takes seconds. So if you have several bathrooms, you know, just pick a different bathroom to go wee-wee, or spend a penny, as I said at the beginning of the video. And if you have kids who have their own bathrooms, if they're old enough to have their own bathroom, then they are old enough to swish and swipe, okay? So, you know, leave a pack of, you know, baby wipes or an old cloth and some environmentally friendly cleaner, and let them, you know, teach them how to do the swish and swipe. So, I'm almost running out of time, because, you know, I like to keep it to 15 minutes, and we're now at 17. And okay, I'll do one last question that I can get in quickly. I had a lot of comments again about winter bathing. You know, I am a winter bather, or an all year round bather. I swim in the sea every morning or every other morning. I made a little video about that if you're interested in that. It's just a popular thing to do in Denmark. It's really common. A lot of people do it. And somebody, I had it's my time up. I had a lot of questions again asking, you know, do I put my head under? How long am I in for? I never put my head in the water. Just because, you know, when I go down for my swim, I've already done my hair and my makeup, so I just, I'm in the water. But I'm not just down and up. We always swim as much as we can, depending on the temperature. You know, right now it's the month of July. The temperature is of the water is about 17 C. I can't remember what that is in Fahrenheit. But when I'm swimming in November, December, January, February, you know, when we've got snow and ice, and I'm still not kind of down in the water and up again. We try and take a couple of strokes out in the water and back in again. It completely depends on the time of year, how we're feeling. If you watch the video, you'll see that some days we're in for quite long, even if it's, you know, freezing. It's all kind of mind over matter and how we feel that day. So I'm going to stop it here, because I also need to get on with my project for today. We are painting the outside of the house, of our cabin here in Sweden. I've done my morning routine. I put on my necklace and whatever to talk to you, but I'm just about to change into my painting t-shirt, and I've got my lace-up shoes ready to go. And I said yesterday I was going to do my nails, but that is going to be my pamper today, because I think after painting I'm going to have quite a lot of different colours on my fingers anyway, and I'll do that when I'm finished. So anyway, that was it for me. A little short question answer session for you today. Hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. It's anti-procrastination day, so if there's something that you have been putting off, now is the day to get it done. Set your timer, jump right in, make sure that you've done your routines first, and I shall speak to you very soon. So Diane in Denmark, coming to you from our bedroom in Sweden. Have a fantastic day, and I shall see you very soon. Live long and prosper, and let's just get some things done. Okay, bye for now.